Welcome to the Drum Lounge Podcast.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Drum Lounge Podcast. I am your flam drag finessing host, your Jesus Christ praising host, your drum loving host, Jeremie Foster.
And I'm your drag rudiment knowing. You know what I'm saying? Bryon Russell. And I'm part of the club now, baby. Look at that. Let's go.
How you get your hoodie, man? And I ain't even got mine, man. But shout out to Billionaire Pair of Sticks Club.
Yeah, man.
That thing look clean, my boy.
Boy, I look like I got attacked by a bear, and I beat the bear. See, Bryon. No, this thing really, yeah, man. Shout out to Dante, man. Well, we're gonna get into all this, for sure. So I don't even want to spoil it all, but shout out to Dante. Prior to me giving you a shout out later on, my brother, because you definitely did your thing with this, man. Look at this.
For sure.
You know, the biggest thing about hoodies is sometimes the hoods don't be fitting. This bitch.
Yeah.
And do I got a noggin on me? And if it fit my noggin, we in there. But y'all,
so you got a pad too,
man. Oh yeah, I got everything. We gonna get into it.
Well, we gonna get all that. So this weekend, of course, was enormous drumline competition, the Destination HBCU. So we gonna dedicate this episode to that. So yeah, go ahead and sit back, relax, and get ready for the discussion. But before we dive in, discussion. But before we dive in, so the Destination HBCU, it was in Augusta, Georgia. There were a combination of high school, community drumlines, and colleges there, which is awesome. Like they're one of the only competitions that are continuing or that have colleges battle within the high school drumline competition. So
and
that's
actually
extremely dope. Yeah, competing for a trophy. Like there's a collegiate winner here.
Yeah,
so that's dope. And they come with brag rights too. So I feel like that was cool.
I feel like they're the first people that have ever done anything with colleges, drumline wise, actually competing to say who's first and who's second. I'll give them that trophy.
Yeah, honestly, man, they need to go and bring Cookman, man. Let's have somebody officiate this thing.
I'm pretty sure it ain't even about they need to go bring Cookman. I'm pretty sure it's Cookman need to come bring themselves down there.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Cookman in a competition setting is, it's like the Florida Classic, but you're actually prepared, and it's not not the night before that you actually figured out how to play that.
No, that needs to be. But if they know that next April they will be going to the Destination HBCU competition, they need to be prepared for that. At crab camp, like
I'm telling you,
all the cadences that they gonna play, cause especially off that coming off the last thing, but we ain't gonna rehash that.
All the tricks where you lift the drums up, say come get some under that bitch, put that thing down, light the sticks on fire, hit the stick trick. Where you say Bryon, all of that need to be up in there.
Bro, yeah, all that, boy. So it was high schools, it was community drumlines, and it was kids. So what high school drumlines were there? Because I actually don't know that for sure.
I'm gonna go through as many as
you remember.
Well, I mean, it wasn't
you was
that
there.
Many. Yeah, I was there. And I competed, and I got spanked. I will faithfully say that. Well, no, let me not say I got spanked, but I did not win, which is fine. It's okay. So I'm gonna name as many people as I can, and if I missed you, I apologize. Please do not slap me. But I'm also gonna name the people that didn't show up too, because that part kind of threw me left. So we'll start with the Apprentice division. Apprentice division, we had Atlanta Drum Academy's Apprentice division. I believe they called it the Little Rascals, but they called them the Apprentice division. So I don't know if it was a switch name or just created a play just called them. But I'm gonna say the Little Rascals. So the Little Rascals drumline was there competing, as well as Brooklyn United's younger group. I don't remember their name, but they do have a name though.
Okay, wow.
But it was their younger kids. So Brooklyn United went against ADA, and ADA's younger group came out on top. They did the little thing. It was a video going around where it was like everybody had different colored tubes, and
Oh yeah.
And they used the colored tubes
as a tunnels.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was, you know, now I'm gonna start paying attention to what this man James Riles be posting.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he can be posting random stuff. I'll be like, oh, he done found something else that he likes to drum. And then they brought it up the next week
In the feature.
Yeah, I bet people was like, dog, I knew he was gonna do that. So that was them too. It was amazing when I saw them first come out. I was like, oh, and the fact that it's the little kids out there, I'm assuming that they're all in elementary school. If not, I mean, it is what it is, an apprentice. But they went out there, and I'm assuming that they're all in elementary school, and it sounded amazing. It was like, I think the rhythm was like dum 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 digga digga that digga digga that digga digga that digga 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 do. It was nasty. I was like, hold on. So them two in the high school, it was first off it was high school bands and it was high school drum lines. Dutchtown was the high school drum line that competed in the drumline competition, as well as I want to say Langston Hughes was the drum line. And is that the drum line that Xavier Sexton used to teach at?
Langston.
Yeah. So it was Langston Hughes. He came. I asked Zay. Well, you saw me in the group message. I asked Zay about it, and they said he wasn't there anymore, unfortunately. But they were playing the majority of the material, and the section leader actually came to me too. Let's get this out of the way. If you're a section leader your sophomore year, you must be the truth.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
talking
be
about
like
the capital
fire.
T. Capital R, all of that. Because he said, I was like, oh, you must be a junior. You know, in my head, I started going to recruit mode. Make sure you come to company. Because they was a sophomore. Huh? Like, what? So
nah, that's insane.
Yeah, that was nasty. But so drumline wise, Dutchtown came there and Langston Hughes, as well as Langston Hughes' band was performing. Dutchtown.
I saw. I was gonna say band wise, I saw Creekside was there, and they was out there sounding like water.
Was it Creekside or was it Cooper Creek or something like that, or Coral Creek? I don't think.
Felt like I saw Creekside, or was it? Maybe tweaking.
They looked just like Creekside. I know who you're talking about. They had like a top all yellow shirt or something. I don't think that was Creekside. I think that was.
Wow.
Now I forgot the name. I said it was something Creek, like.
Coral.
You know what? I don't know why I'm sitting there talking like I don't got this. The whole thing. It was like Copper Creek or something like that. Something along the lines of something Creek. But anyway, so both of them went out there, and Dutchtown came out with a W on that one, which was fine as well, because as we all say, they definitely deserved it. Okay, it was it was CCHS. I don't know the name of that school, but something high school. It got something to do with Creek.
What?
CCHS something high school versus Butler, and that was Butler was the other high school. Both of them was cranking, by the way. And then the next band was Langston Hughes versus Laney. And both of them, one of them, the first song they played was that NOKIA song, and that whole thing was yanking. The first band was a lot more. The second bands were bigger, but the first bands were more exciting because it started getting a little personal out there, which is good. That's the kind of nasty raunchiness that we want. They was cranking at each other.
We need.
And like the band that was on this side cranked to that band over there, and then they turned around and cranked to the stands. And it was like, okay, man, let's go. And that's where we was at.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got some kids that like out there tearing it up. So, but regardless, so that's what happened. Dutchtown came out with the W, and we went against Dutchtown. So I knew that they were just going to be on 10 for that competition. Then I knew that Xavier School, Langston Hughes, was going to be on top, but I've never seen them before. So, you know, it was good to see them go out there and play that material. And they sounded great, too. And they were mature.
Wow.
I love a section that doesn't have any discipline issues. And I'm saying that because when they were all there, my kids were right there, and they wouldn't let nobody cross that line. You know, that's the thing about that. But when their section leader spoke, which is the guy I talked to, everybody listened. I'm talking about dude was in line and said,
that's dope.
Hey, y'all, we getting twos. They said, all right, let's go. Got in twos in like 2 seconds. But so that happened, and Dutchtown came out with it. Then we had the community division. The community division was myself, or our group, which is Face Place, Nexus, which was another group, and then Brooklyn United, which was the returning champions. And in the order of the winners, it was Brooklyn United that destroyed us. Nexus came in second, and then we came in third. Before anything, I was just as mind blown And you all probably are thinking that. But the thing I mainly said before going into this competition, because I knew this competition was going to be the head honcho over a majority of the competitions that we do.
of all of them.
If I lose anything, I want my perfect show to lose against a perfect show that lost to a perfect show. Like I want it to be like, dang, everybody had a perfect show, but this show right here is the one, whatever. Because then I know there was nothing I could do about it. I don't gotta go back and fuss at no kid. I don't gotta. Okay, well you messed this one up last time, so you're not gonna mess this one up this time. So I'm gonna X you out. Yeah. So it was just a it was a their show had an element that they're used to that your show didn't have because they're used to it and you're not. The judges were Miko Shoulders. I don't know his real name, so I apologize, but Miko Shoulders, AJ Vega. That's the one.
Wow.
Yeah. And never. I've heard of him, and I've seen him play before, but I've never like dealt with him. So, I didn't know what he was into, what he wasn't into. And the other judge was supposed to be Paul Woods, but he ain't show up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah, that kind of because we had a drumline meeting for the community groups. And out of the drumline meeting, the one judge that showed up to that meeting was Paul Woods, and he told us what he was looking for, all that. I said, cool. I had notes and everything.
Wow.
Check marks, and he didn't show up. So
that's so trash. Yeah, that's actually trash.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but it was.
Wow. Yeah, I did manage to see Brooklyn United show, and then of course I saw y'all show. Brooklyn United show did have a lot of intensity. Like they had a lot of energy. Like you could tell. Well, first of all, they're Cold Steel Jr. Like Cold Steel the second.
Exactly. like other side of the pillow steel.
But it was good, man. They had a lot of energy. It's just that a lot of the parts that they were playing were pretty simple. It's almost like the energy was overshadowing the technicality of the beats, which that can hurt and help. Like in a crowd like that, it's a whole bunch of families there, so the energy that you're having automatically is going to reflect from the crowd. Like the crowd is going to give that energy back to you. But if you're giving so much energy that like you're only playing 2 and 4, or you're playing like 16 notes with no accents, no diddles attached, no flam attached to it, and it's like, okay, are y'all like just trying to hype the crowd, or are y'all trying to chop up the other drum lines here?
And not taking away from anybody that I competed against, because the only show I have not seen yet is Nexus. I only saw the end, and at the end I just know they said, and they just threw the sign up in front of everybody. That's really the only part I've seen in the show, and I can't wait to watch it, because I know whenever I watch that show, that it's just like, I'm always mind blown, whether it has its flaws or anything. It's like, God dog, that was nasty. Again, y'all know my favorite, whatever that little part is.
Whatever
that joke is the nastiest thing I ever seen.
Like, bro, what?
But I completely agree. I do say that they were playing. But even when I spoke to the judges, they said that out of the parts that were being played, our parts were probably the most technical that were executed out of all the groups. But they were telling me that it's not just about that. It's about the overall thing.
The overall show.
When I spoke to the judges, that at first that kind of stuck me a little bit, because I was like, well, I don't went across your rubric, and it doesn't sound like I missed anything in the rubric besides the energy. But it don't sound like I missed the energy either. It just sounded like our energy got overdone by them, which was a thing, because in the very beginning, Brooklyn United went right before us. And he opted to go first, which I understand that mentality, because I do the exact same thing. If I ever go in a battle, everybody be like, oh, let them go first. I always say let us go first, because I feel like if you set the bar, then everybody's job is to meet you at that bar. And if they can't beat you, then they didn't beat you. And I think, or I know that's exactly what his idea was. Like, I know they're not gonna come out here and have people grab a snare drum and throwing it. And I sure won't, because I'm scared to drum the drum. I know I'm not gonna have people walking on top of snare drums and clearing it across. And I sure won't, because if my kids fall, that lawsuit gonna be nasty.
And I know y'all won't have dancers come out and take the blazer off.
Exactly.
The drummers.
Because we done the blazer thing before, but Exactly. That was cold still all the way. But regardless of all that, I don't want you to think I'm taking anything away Brooklyn United, because your show was definitely phenomenal. I talked to Ty right afterwards. Once I saw them throwing the snares, I said, "Oh y'all, we need to go warm up. Come on." All I saw was they had the drums, did whatever. Yeah, put the drums down, catch the snare. What's that thing y'all used to do? Whatever this thing.
Oh yeah.
So when I seen that, I said, "Come on, y'all, let's go. We got to go ahead and get ready." Now, I do want to say this, and Jamal, I hope you're watching this, because I say this in everything towards you. And Jamal is the percussion instructor for Created to Play, orchestrated this whole thing for HBCU Destination for 1, 2, 3. I think this is the 4th year that he did this.
Wow.
I do not respect and or understand the fact that there were so many people on that thing on the roster to be able to go perform, and it was so many people that were backing up. For example, the colleges were Fort Valley, Florida Memorial. Fort Valley, Florida Memorial, Benedict, South Carolina State, and North Carolina A&T. Right. So the 5 colleges. Benedict didn't show up. So, you know, what just happened? I didn't hear nothing about them not showing up. Even on the little, the last thing, but even on like the scheduling, like it was a.
You still had them on there?
Yeah, it had them on there prior to him sending us the final adjusted schedule. Yeah. So I'm like, where's Benedict? You know what's going on? And you know, somebody told me something of they backed out like 2 days ago. And I just can't respect it, man. I mean, to me, don't tell somebody that you're going to show up to something and you don't show up. Now, I don't know if they told them that. Maybe they told Jamal, hey, we're going to try to show up. And he said, okay, man, I'm going to just put you on the schedule anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, I do know now going to the community division, there were 2 other groups that were supposed to be there. And that caught me off guard as well. I thought I was supposed to be Queen City Elite was supposed to be there. And I was supposed to be Lead Drum Academy, which is the school that Travis is over. And Lead's drumline pulled out about a week ago. And I didn't even know that Queen City pulled out. So on the schedule, it shows that Lead of Queen City was going before us. So when I seen Brooklyn United, who went first, I said, okay, we got Nexus, we got Queen City, and then us. We got room to warm up. Let's go.
At the competition, you thinking that?
Yeah, at the competition. So I'm going there. I got my kids. My boss likes to do these outfit changes prior to, because that's just the ambiance that she brings, which is all right. Go ahead and do your thing. Change our outfit. She makes sure she makes everybody's hair looks nice, and then we go in there, and then we actually warm up. We did all of that, and that takes time by itself. So that's another kicker. We finally got in there to warm up. It had to be like 3 minutes in there. And the dude came and was like, "Hey, y'all going next?" And I was like, "Queen City went already?" They said, "No, Nexus is out there." I was like, "Oh yeah, so Queen City got to go." And they were like, "No, they're not here." What? Because I didn't see Nexus until they showed up to maybe like 2 people prior to the show, and then they left again to go get their drums to go perform. So I didn't see them till right close to. So I thought Queen City was just doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that warming up wasn't an issue because we played early that morning, so it's not like we didn't have enough time to play. We played enough. We were just going there doing our reps, so on and so forth. But I just didn't like the fact that somebody didn't show up. Like that's Benedict that didn't show up. Queen City, Lead. It was some high school. There was another high school that was on there too that didn't show up. So like, just for future reference for anybody, if you're running your own program, if you're a part of a program, however it is, if you're not going to show up to an event that's inviting you, hoping that you'll be there because that's you just got free promo off of cuz. Just make sure you let him know. And if you did let him know and he still kept you on there, then ain't nothing I can say. Then that's on Jamal. But I mean, if it's not. That's not the case, then please let the dude know, because that doesn't only affect you. Like, you don't just get a free day off. It affects the people that are actually coming up here trying to be prepared for it.
They prepare for folks preparing for this jump, man. And even for the people who are creating these drumline competitions, like we don't know what Jamal did. Hopefully he did, let folks know. But for the people who are organizing drumline competitions, like when there are changes, I feel like a notification should be sent out to everyone who are still coming to the competition. Like,
for sure,
hey y'all, they dropped out. Hey y'all, this is the new judge. or hey y'all, we changed this criteria in judging, so it's like, so everybody can be on the same page.
Yeah,
but
because the judge that I spoke to was a judge that told us everything that he'd be looking for. That happened to be the judge that wasn't there. So
it's like, what?
Yeah,
I just tell you my whole performance.
A judge didn't show up. Like,
how does that happen?
Yeah,
why are all the judges not at the drumline meeting? But
and it was crazy. They were. All of them were there. Well, the meeting that we had was a meeting after the original meeting because a bunch of us didn't make it to that first meeting. We tried to have a second one, and he's the only one that showed up. So appreciate you, Paul. But I mean, you didn't show up to the thing. So
exactly.
So yeah, man.
And then there was a collegiate version or a collegiate section of the whole competition, and that one was quite interesting, boy.
Yeah, man. I know it was controversial, but I will say this: as controversial as it was, I don't disagree with what happened at Destination. I think that what happened as far as how the judging was going throughout that whole night, I think, I think they definitely made the right choice. Really? So I won't take nothing away. But this is what I don't even talk about. Forget it. We're gonna talk about who won. So for everybody that's listening, it was Florida Memorial. There's so many colleges, bro.
Fort Valley.
Fuller Moore, Fort Valley, and South Carolina State. North Carolina A&T didn't compete. They chose to come out there and do an exhibition. And let me tell you this as well, North Carolina A&T, I hope y'all are watching. Y'all show was phenomenal. It expressed everything. But to sit there for 15 to 18 minutes to watch just drums, I was like, oh yeah, come on, bro. After like the first 6 minutes, I was just like, man, they doing another? Oh, okay, all right. Okay, the girls dance. Okay, the girls dancing. The drums gonna come out. They doing another. Okay, all right. They doing another. I was just all day. Even my kids was like, dang, they still going? So
bruh, I don't know how the heck code still does this. So they show is 16 minutes.
I might be lowballing it when I say
bro,
that.
What?
No, you ain't gonna find it on there. But trust and believe that don't. If it wasn't, it felt like it. Like they did a whole feature. Then the girls went out there and danced. Then they did another feature. I was like, everything done in the world had to be done out there on that field, and their job was to be a intermission while the judges figured out what was going to happen with the scoring. So I understand that, but that gym was already hot. I was blown to pieces, man. I was sitting there like, all right, man.
Bro, I have to come to the next one, man. I have to.
Yeah, it's great.
Be that next year.
The experience is definitely for sure great. So I know you're about to get into the colleges. I just want to point out to everybody, this HBCU destination has to be like Disneyland for drummers.
Percussion, right? Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Like, I got everything that I could have possibly wanted as a drummer at that competition, boy. Look, I'm gonna go down the list. Let's get started. I'm gonna knock this out quick. As you see, I got the hoodie. Billion Pair Sticks Club, and I also asked him for another one that I'll let you know once it comes. But yeah, this bill look good. You see the back? I done got into a fight with a grizzly bear, and they didn't help the bear. I also got this drum pad from them. It's a billion that jump match. Oh, that's just so hard, bro.
Yeah, they snapped on that one.
But yeah, man, this is coming from Dante. It says Cushion. I don't know what his last name is, but I don't know. It says Dante Cushion. I believe he marched for Prairie View way back in the day. But look, this is the drum pad. The drum pad. I mean, I think the drum pad does what it's supposed to do. Like it's a almost rubbery, like car rubber type of thing, and it has its own sound to it. Oh, hold on. Got to go in the drum mode.
Got to go in the chop mode.
So it does what it's supposed to do. It's not the worst pad. It doesn't
decent sound.
It doesn't give you the nastiest pad hands. I wouldn't say it's the best pad because it doesn't give you the best rebound. But but the pad does sound good and it looks amazing. It has its ambiance. And with that, Cuz has his own sticks too. From Sawyer's Percussion. This man has his own Billion Pair Sticks Club sticks. I got everything, bro.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah,
I got him to sign it.
Yeah, those go crazy.
Well, what a signature. There you go. Yeah,
man signed it
because I'm a fan. Hey. So and these feel good though. So I got all of that. Okay, so that's that. What else? Oh, Jeffrey Sharp. So Jeffrey Sharp has his own specific sticks
Shout out to Jeff.
Yep, the Streetwise stick.
The Streetwise, yep.
Yep, came out with those a good little minute back, blew up the drum world. I have these. I've always had these, and everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. But now he's kind of had a different batch that came out that was darker, and I got the dark woods now, boy. I ain't bringing these out the box, and I got them to sign it because, as you know, I'm a fan.
The nigga.
So I got these.
So what? Oh,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So there is just vendors there at the competition.
It wasn't. It was vendors there, but it wasn't the vent. Billion Pair.
Like it wasn't a vendor section.
Billion Pair Sticks Club had a vendor section.
Okay, got you.
He was just walking around, just trapping out the band. He was just trapping out the band with these. I'm talking about, he came up to me, and I was like, I was like, "What's up, Jeff?" You know, yeah. He said, "Yeah, man, what's going on?" Hey, boy, I got them Browns on deck. What's going on? I said, sticks. But these right here got a little bit more weight to them.
Okay.
So these got more weight to it. I'm not gonna take these. I'm not gonna do nothing to these. I'm just leaving these.
Yeah.
I had
Keep
3
them on ice.
prior to. And the main thing I asked him is, hey, are they even? Because, you know, you order from a company, sticks be sounding like this.
Right.
And then the other stick be sounding like
Gang, gang, gang.
Yeah. but no, his sticks were even, and they felt really good. I had to make sure I caught me a pair. What else?
Okay.
What else did I get from these?
Good pickup.
I went up there and
that boy got cashed out.
Yeah. Oh, woo!
Spent your whole refund.
So I hit Jeffrey. I hit Dante. The best thing that I grabbed from out there. Let me tell you about these magicians at Nexus Drumline. I don't know if anybody's ever started a little stick design, but they have a little stick design, and at the bottom of it, it has their little name logo. And when I saw it, you know, I contacted, I'm not even gonna put a name out here, but I contacted Mrs. Nexus, and I said, hey, you know, those look really cool. What can I do to get one? Just joking. And she said she'd make one for me. So made one. She said she sent it, but for some reason it got lost in transit. So she said she was gonna bring one to me. Y'all, look at it. Look at this thing, y'all. I did this whole top part. But look at this. This is the most important piece right here.
Dope, bruh.
These boys can put the logo on a stick, and you still see the Vic Firth. You still see the Vic Firth and everything on there. I don't know how. And I was like, "How you do that?" She said, "It's magic." I'm like, "No, man, how you do that? It's magic." Well, can you let me know what the magic is? Yeah, do some magic. I said,
like,
what's going on? But did it with, you know, had to get the nylon tips for the sudden impact. My guys.
For sure.
So they don't feel slippery at all, and I don't even want to take these out the house neither, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, them the ones you definitely got to frame and just keep in the crib.
And she also gave me like some other stickers too. Like this is the Drumline logo for faceplate. So for anybody that might be wondering, but see, gave me a little.
And you talking about Cam, right? You talking about Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, man, that's the other thing I got, and I don't think I got anything else. Let me make sure. Yeah, no, that's it. So I just wanted to break through all them gifts, man. The HBCU Destination is Disneyland for drummers.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Make it happen,
bro. And I was literally living through you and everybody else who went to the competition, like through y'all's IG stories and everything, bro. And I'm like, okay, I gotta be there next year. Like,
yeah, man.
It was level of competition within the high school drum lines, the level of competition within the community lines, and then the college battles. Oh yeah.
To have a collegiate battle is just beyond me. It's amazing,
bro. What?
And I do got comments about that too, because
me too. I do as well.
But I will. Yeah.
And honestly, I also feel like we should just have a full breakdown of that jump. So maybe in the next episode we'll do like a full just breakdown of whatever happened. But South Carolina State did some things, bro. And I know you said that Flomo kind of won fair and square. But okay, well I say Flomo did kind of out unique cadence. Unique South Carolina State for sure.
Because I didn't say that they won fair and square. I said I understand why they won.
Yeah.
Because I understand listening to them and then listening to South Carolina State, even listening to Fort Valley. Everybody sounded good in their own right.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, everybody sounded good. Like there were more clean spots than dirty spots. But I just felt like South Carolina State had that attack. Like you could tell that they had that attack in their cadences. Like everything was defined. Every beat was defined. You could hear clearly with South Carolina State's cadences.
I think South Carolina State for sure did their thing. But so I always factor in stick drops because stick drops happen.
Yeah,
and I'm an advocate. Everybody, all my Christian brothers, everybody knows I've had my moments in college, and I think all of us had moments in college where that stick flew off your hand. If you didn't, congrats to you. You better be the drumming god. Now I'm not going to expose Jeremie. But yes, he did.
Not in the performance.
I'm not going to expose Jeremie, but yes, he did.
Okay.
I got the video proof.
Tell which one.
It was a homecoming. It wasn't a homecoming.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a homecoming. It was a home game, and we was there.
Okay, yeah.
If you can find the video, hey, you gonna get a like and a dollar maybe. But don't go look for it. You ain't gonna find it. That bit is hard to find. But this ain't about you.
Then he got it favorite.
Yeah, I got it saved. I got it in my email just in case something happened between you and me, and we get into a big argument. And you'd be like, you know what? F this motherfucker. I'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
There you go. Post
post on Facebook. The uncut. What you mean? I'm gonna make a new podcast called the Drum Lounge podcast. Anyway, so I kind of factor in stick drop. So I will say that South Carolina State probably came in a little more timid, than Florida Memorial. But we talked about it last podcast. Florida Memorial's playing snare wise sounds a lot more timid. What is it? Sounds a lot more timid than what South Carolina State was playing, and they did play aggressive. They first note out the gate, just nah, bro. It's ain't no touching us.
Exactly. And I could tell that Flomo was trying to bring it up a notch in terms of intensity, at least compared to the battle they did with Cookman. You can tell that they tried to play a little more at this battle, which I did appreciate. I don't know if I like the tuning of their snares though. I guess it was very comparison to South Carolina State snares, but I don't know the sound. I mean, we can bring up some clips here. I mean, we ain't got what time is it? 56. I told the folks I'm gonna be late, so screw PayPal.
Whoops.
Screw PayPal, they'll be alright.
All right, go ahead and make that check mark. Take this out of
right. But yeah, I don't know if I like the sound of Flomo's snares, bro. Like it was.
I mean, I did.
It was weird to me. It was too. And now in person, it may sound different, but I'm judging based off like these YouTube clips, and they seemed a bit extremely low and a bit too snary.
Yeah. I can see what you're saying.
Yeah. Compared to let me see.
But that's gonna go to my judging tip.
I mean, we gotta compare tap offs, but it's just I don't know. That was the
You're
first
just
thing.
trying to compare the snares.
Yeah. And that was the first. Like you see how that sounds?
Yeah, but then if you go click on a video of Fort Valley, their snares, it's like South Carolina State's height of their snare tuning. Flomo's height of their snare tuning, and the Fort Valley State of their snare tuning. So it comes to the preference. Like that's what they prefer. That's what they went out there for. I feel like South Carolina State plays. I gotta play with my Dante cushions. I feel like South Carolina State plays. Hold on.
They do.
Drum mode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While Florida Memorial plays
in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think both of their snares had maybe not the same intensity, but the same volume. Because I feel like if you get to a sweet medium of not too high, not too low, you can play like this and it'll be heard. Versus
it'll be heard,
if it's too high, now you got to play like this to try to get the sound out of it. And the same thing when it's too low. Now you got to really dig into the drum for how low it is. So I think that Flomo's tuning is like the sweet medium. Because I tune my snares like how they tune their snares. Some people say my snares are lower than the average of what's going down here in Florida. And I agree. But it's just it's what I prefer. And the beat's still clean. Whether it's clean or it ain't, the beats win battles.
Right. Beats win battles. Hey, you got that right. I do want to point out, too, did you see this entire battle? Oh wait, you was there.
I'll say this. I watched. It was in the beginning. everybody's supposed to do 4 rounds, which don't make sense by itself because if you do 4 rounds, it's possible that a tie can happen. And it's like if you don't want anybody about a tie happening, then that junk ain't fair. Regardless, in the very beginning, it was supposed to be 4 battles, so that's what Fort Valley did. Fort Valley, and I'm gonna talk about Fort Valley too, cause them boys. But Fort Valley went against Flomo, and the reason why Flomo won, because they said Flomo won 3 rounds versus Fort Valley winning only 1 round. So they won, got into the next round. They went 4 rounds, but they said Flomo won 2. And South Carolina State won 2. So now you got to do another round. And I said, okay, cool, do another round. They did another round, did whatever, and they said that round was a tie. So now you got to do another round. That's when I left. I said, I know what this is about to be. Nope.
I did think this was extremely long. I'm like, what? But I saw that. Yeah, it was like, why is this 28 minutes? I saw that South Carolina State did like a 7/8 version of one of their popular cadences. I think it's what, Slammer or something.
That cadence go too.
Yes.
Yeah, they did do that. I noticed that. I was like, oh, that was.
I was like, nah, I gotta go to that, bro. That jump was just so fire.
Yeah,
like, it was a part of their second cadence. I do remember that. But I was like, who?
Symbols. And they'd be like this. Look.
This is dirt right there.
Let me tell you, this girl right here was acting.
Yeah. And I got something about that too. So,
yeah, me too. I got
so shout out. I think her name is Ray. Like, shout out to Ray. Shout out to SSP. Like, I think she was a previous section leader at South Carolina State. Definitely shout out to her. And I think she's like the current tech.
That's what it say on the shirt.
Right now, I'm trying to see some beats, man. I'm trying to see
you don't
beats
understand,
only. like the first, even at the beginning they was doing like the take 1 and John. I was like, what's that about?
Yeah, I figured they did that based off their promo video, because in their promo video they did that. They had a little thing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, so they're trying to stay with the theme. But she took away from much of. I'm talking about this her. In the middle of the show, she's like, "Hey, I wish I had some paper on me." But she said, "This girl said."
Like, did she have the score in her hand?
I was like, I think she had the music in her hand.
But okay.
And she was doing that, so I was, in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's. At first, it was. I thought she was just doing it just.
Nah, that's hilarious.
I thought she was doing like, dang, that just sound good, bro. You hear that? Because I know I hear that. So I was like, okay, she did that just all like 5 rounds. Show. And in the very last round, you see them stands? She was up there in them stands. Yeah. And in the very last round, she was like, man, all right, man, we just gonna run the 4th round. In my head, I'm like, bro, y'all just play, man. We don't need that. Like, I'm confused. And I'm not being funny. I respect her. And she can play
for sure.
All of that. But in that last round, really no disrespect for what I'm about to say, but in that last round, I said, who are you? like I'm talking about all heads just went up to her like this, like, oh, we got to judge her. She's like, no, man, you don't go out there and play them beats. So it was a little extra, but
that's so funny.
And I pray that didn't take away from none of the scoring that happened.
It shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have. And if so, that's terrible. But yeah, I did want her to kind of, just move out of the way a little bit.
Yeah.
But I get it, especially if you're showing the folks the score, like you're showing the folks the sheet music. It's like, hey, you see what we got at measure 6? Yeah, that's better than what y'all got at y'all measure 6.
But to me, that's nasty. Just do that out the
exactly.
window.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking about doing that. I said, I'm going to print out all my music and I'm going to give it to the judges prior to us going. Because all my music that we played out there is on paper. I write, well, besides the ones that Keith wrote, that's on paper too, but I wrote everything that we played. So I was going to give it to them. But I took a step back. I said, nah, because I don't want to take away from what the show is. Because they kind of keep looking at the paper. That's one. Two,
exactly.
Some of the things that I did, I altered it a little bit. Like, I just altered it just because I think this would sound better, so on and so forth. So I said, that might hurt me a little bit more than it helped me.
There was a part, and I only saw this battle in full. I didn't really see the Fort Valley one, but there was a part where, you can really comment on that one. But there was a part where South Carolina State played Stick It, and I don't know if y'all know Stick It, but that's the Bruh. I wish I.
Is that the one at 7? Like it was at 7?
Was it what?
It was in like 7 something, 7, 8, 7.
No. That one was regular. Yeah, that one was regular. They kept that one the way it should be. That it was that other cadence that they changed to 7/8, which was dope. But like stick it back in the day, I want to find it so bad, bro. I have to.
Pause out there.
Nah, I think it's this one. It's one of the last cadences they played. Yeah, I think that's it.
Look at Jamal. Skinny jeans on.
Right.
Here she go.
Nah, that's not it either. Anyhow, they played Stick It, which I was excited to hear that. Oh yeah, no, this is yeah, cause they was doing this instead of actual sticking, which I thought was cool. But also do sticking.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Sound like them Cream days, but
you heard that movie?
like right here, there was just so many bottom bass unison parts right there, but they took it all out.
Oh, I do remember the sticking right there.
Yeah, it was like whole sticking.
They get too good though.
Yeah. So that was good to hear Sticky, man. I grew up on Sticky playing for Cream, so I heard that.
Question: whose quints they using this year?
Right. They look like old Cream. They look like old Cream quints. No,
man, I don't know, man. They be having drum. I swear, like last year or even this year, I thought they was using the Dynasty thing. What's going on, man? Y'all just tearing these quints up out the frame, ain't it? Like,
yeah, they need to get that together for sure.
just unison.
One thing I do want to say,
I don't wish anything bad on South Carolina State, but I hope y'all got points for that, because that drum ain't cool, man. Like everybody using the same drum. Y'all are college lines. Like make it make sense.
One thing I think they did get docked for though, which I also noticed. This man's sleeves.
First off,
why are they not rolled?
Brock Lesnar.
Right.
They got The Rock on the quiz, ain't it? John Cena. that boy lifted 225 before he went out there and played.
Right. That boy went and trucked hit stick about 7 football players.
Exactly.
And then strapped up.
That boy built the dam before he went out there and played them quins. Jesus, look at that. Ain't nothing but arms. Like, just scrolling and just see, God, dog, man.
He probably the one broke the quints.
Exactly. Dang, I can't play these either. Let me go to these. Dang.
No, but like this whole battle, one thing I really loved was just seeing Mr. Rao's son, man, Sedarian, bro.
Spitting
like
him.
that joke was, it like seeing like cause I don't know if this is the clip. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, when cause in the last round, South Carolina State Drumline, they did a whole like walk up to the camera and do the whole hype up the crowd jump, and seeing Sedarian amongst all that junk, bro, I was like, yo, this is freaking crazy. I still haven't gotten used to that yet, like, man, yeah. And I'm from Atlanta, where like I'm an Atlanta HBCU drummer, where everybody who is from Atlanta who either played for Cream or just drummed in Atlanta to any extent, about Mr. Rao's son and how much he used to be around South Carolina State drumline. So the fact that he's just performing with them is still just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, man.
I cannot get used to it.
It all comes around in full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he had spitting image of him too. He had
he really is.
He had the confidence factor out there, boy. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was that girl with the paper, but was actually playing and not just.
Just. Did you hear that? Doing all the random accents.
So that was that battle. And then Fort Valley and Florida Memorial went back at it, and that was just that had to be. There was some mud in Florida in Fort Valley, and I have never heard dirt from like people that play with that style of drums. But I don't normally hear that style of drums in person. So Fort Valley, out of everybody, Fort Valley is the people I've heard the most, and they've gave me the most study. But I've heard there was some singles up in there that kind of got a little nasty, and even on Florida Memorial side, because they definitely wasn't the cleanest either. But that one was ultimately a battle of preference, and I'm saying that because I was in the stands, like, this is my cadence. That one where they do that little. First off, they did a feature. I don't know if we can watch their first little battle thing. But they did they were the first school I saw like with those type of drums. They actually did features like movements and everything. When they did that little and the shoot
I did see that.
So seeing that, I was like, oh wow, they really came to play. But they still kept to what they do. So that one was definitely a battle of preference, man. And when I heard, when I saw that, I understand why Flomo won that one because it was preference, and then it was, it was just beats,
cleanliness, beats,
and then the level of beats that Florida Memorial was playing versus what Fort Valley. Maybe Fort Valley was playing harder rudiments, but now you got y'all playing harder rudiments versus them playing rudiments at a speed. So now they did what you did and increased the difficulty. So now it's kind of like, where do you go from this?
Fort Valley is really good for their style, like. In their style, Fort Valley is really killing that jump, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
They dominating, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, seeing them go against Jackson State in that one battle is like, okay, yeah, I see.
And they beat Jackson State.
And they beat Jackson State.
Yeah.
So it's like, they definitely are killing in their style. But it's just when you come to this side,
man,
it's a bit weird.
It's now size to this, and boy, they came out there with them Daytona 500 outfits. They look like they were about to
I saw they had them throwback jackets on. I felt like that was hard.
Yeah, and it looked good. And then they had Quavo with no hair playing cymbals. I'm talking about, and he was good too. Like he just looked good. I was actually got to sit in there in their warm up session, and while they were doing their little parts, while he was playing, he just stepped out and looked at the cymbals. And so. He was tearing it up, and they all was good at what they were doing. It just became a thing of preference, and I hate that it didn't make it to the next round.
Yeah,
but I understand. With that being said, that's what happened with that one. And in my preference, we'll get into this a lot more when it comes down to the next episode. But
we're gonna do a whole battle breakdown of this entire thing.
Yeah, man. And that judge breakdown too. I just want to say, man, the judging thing that was going on, I feel like. It's when you go to a judge competition, it's not about how good you are anymore. It's about what they prefer. And if they prefer to listen to a line, then that line's gonna win. Yeah,
I feel like there should definitely be setting the standard or accountability thing with judges before a competition too. Like kind of how the competition runners meet with the participants of the competition. There should be a standard set or just awareness for the judges as well, like from the competition runners. Like, hey, I know y'all come from, I know you may have preferences, I know you're from Texas, I know you're from Alabama, I know you're from up north, Virginia, but for this competition, this is what we're looking for. That's why I love Honor Your Names competition so much, because y'all have musicality, y'all have everything broken down the way it should be, to where there's no way you can add your preferences in this. It's like, nah, was everything musically correct here? Did they have their drums tuned correctly? And
then we have a consistent judge, which is you. So
right. Also,
if you don't understand what Jeremie's looking for by now, after On Your Name 5, then then where are you?
Exactly.
And that's what I think happened. Now, Miko, I think, has been there for the past 2 years. Well, I think if you're going to judge a college, because there's doctors that teach these colleges. I think that you should. I think we should start getting doctorate level judges in that field, and then maybe that's when I'll start being like, oh, okay, forget that preference.
Yeah,
like
for colleges, yes.
Yeah, because you got to do some of them. One of them got to be a doctor somewhere out of them colleges.
Yeah.
And they got to learn, take lessons under a doctor. Now you go up here and get judged by Nothing against them, but you get judged by Paul Woods, Miko, and AJ. And then you lose. No, no particular order. But you get judged by them. You go back and then you be like, "Hey man, yeah, I still got my doctorate. How'd you do? Yeah, we lost. Why? They said that we didn't bring enough. Who? Oh, that's like, that's when I blow up. Like, oh, they didn't bring enough what?
I would absolutely go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, who is judging? And call him out on percussion connection.
Exactly.
I got a doctorate. Mm-hmm. But no, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the what's it? Not even the meat and potatoes. That's the ground beef and the potatoes that wasn't cut up yet. So we'll grind into it next episode or one of these episodes for sure. Because that's probably the last Drumline event. So that one got get some good talking points for sure.
For sure. Yeah, we gonna give a breakdown. We would have did it today, man, but I got this meeting. They got moved 30 minutes later, so I got 15 minutes to get the heck up out of here.
we can just fight. No, I'm just playing on fire.
No, please don't. They pay me really good money.
No, it's wild.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna try my best to get there next year, man. I got to be in the building to witness this junk next year. So thank you for that recap. And so and we're gonna do a breakdown of that junk
I'm your drum lounge recipient, ladies and gentlemen. If you see me, just know.
In-person representative.
Just you could be out there playing your best. You're like, yeah. If you look over and see me, just know you're getting talked about.
You're getting talked about. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go transition to the fifth quarter segment. In the fifth quarter segment, that's when we play a band or a drumline clip that we love a lot for the week, and we play it on the pod. And so I'm going to play a clip from Jackson State. Jackson State's band played NOKIA, which is the number 2 song in the world right now.
And we just talked about that.
Yeah, exactly. We did just talk about that, right? But yeah, it's a song by Drake, and Jackson State got a band room clip of them playing that song, which they crunk. So I'm gonna play that. So here's Jackson State playing NOKIA.
I still think that was cranky. I don't know what happened as part of the video, but he'll probably come on here and show the more half of it. But it was still cranky to me. I don't know if you saw me do I don't know what the TikTok dance is, but I was baby girl, and I was doing the Wu-Tang. What you know?
Very crazy. Yeah, I don't know what you said. I think my Wi-Fi just went out. So for y'all who listening, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was NOKIA by Jackson State.
Oh, they got. Okay, all right, understood. Dang, they got hold. They need to.
Yeah, they do.
Are you able to go play their second half?
Yeah. I continue.
Oh, okay, all right.
I ain't gonna do that to you.
I feel like that's kind of disrespecting. Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, let's go.
All right, mute.
But yeah. That's that's the number 2 song in the world.
So what's the number 1 song?
Luther by Kendrick Lamar.
Still?
Yes. That's that jam, boy. I listen to that joint at least 5 times a second.
Oh, 5 times a second is crazy. What is you? Superman in time? Okay.
All right, now what you got?
That's Jeremie's 5th quarter. Mine, when I went to HBCU Destination, I was talking with Jabez and Dave. I messed his name up already because I thought his name was David. I think his name was like Davion or something like that. Don't shoot me. But yeah, I talked with them and we were having a good conversation. They were telling me they love the podcast and all of that. I saw them make a post about a cadence that they played, and it was like this is their senior year, so they dipped out. Like after this, they done, and they said this is their favorite cadence. And I wanted to give a shout out to them because they really did their thing with Fort Valley from 4 years ago to now. And even Jeffrey Sharp, because all of it, obviously, he's the instructor. But they did their thing. So if you go to that video I sent you, it's the second cadence that they play. And I also got something crazy about it, too, because, boy, them boys... I think Fort Valley is like Nexus to me. Nexus is what every drumline wants to be, and you just don't do it because you're like, okay, yeah, nah, we got to make sure that we're actually perfectionists and do what we do. And Nexus is like, oh, yeah, nah. Yeah, we're going to be what we do, what we're going to do what we want to do. All right, because everybody want to play dumb loud at one point in time and play
This the second cadence they played at the competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah, that and and I think Fort Valley is that same thing. Like every SWAC drumline, like whenever you hear a SWAC drumline, you hear certain parts, and then the certain parts you hear, you just be like, just jamming, beating.
Yeah,
that's what this cadence was.
Yeah,
it was so boy. Them boys played whatever they played. There was this one part where the snares was like in the very beginning they don't play nothing, and they just be jamming like, okay, yeah, they sound good. They sound good too. You know what sound good? These, and then they just hold them things for forever, bro. I'm sorry. They said they sound good. They sound good. You know what else sound good? These right here. Just look at it. And they just held it for forever. And it was still bumping, bro. It was like I'm up in the stands, like, yeah, bro, let's go, bro, yeah. All right, so I don't know the name of this cadence, but it's not the little two and two, the through and through, whatever that cadence is. But this one was bumping by itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, Fort Valley's unknown bumping cadence. I don't know the name of it.
This.
Oh, it's called the Fall Off. The Fall Off is what it's called.
The Fall Off.
And they said they call it the Fall Off because they leaving. So,
okay. Yeah, that's a J. Cole reference too. It has to be because no one else said the Fall Off before J. Cole.
Okay, what you Cole
and made it sound like it's a phi thing. Like the Fall Off sounds bad.
Oh, this they second cadence? Oh, this is not the one I was talking about. What is? Go to their third cadence now. Oh, that's when Jeff was talking crazy because he was like, "What you talking about? Hold on, we got to do this. This don't make no sense."
You're the one.
I got you. I got to hit the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is this? Look at the snares. They said, you know what else sounds good? This right here. Bam! They just held it. Oh, I'm supposed to be quiet. My bad.
Hey, man. That
Bro,
was
the whole time my head just doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they had beats in that one. That must have been that round they won, but because that was fire.
And
that
you know
was
what's crazy? It's not.
Interesting.
They won the very first round when they did the formations and they lost the next three.
That's what you said. Yeah. Wow.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's the fall off by them boys. Shout out to Jabez and shout out to bro. It's like Davion David something like that, bro. I don't want to mess his name up. But shout out to all of them, man. They really out there doing their thing, and they changed what Georgia lines are supposed to do, which is crazy because I kind of like how Georgia used to play, and it's y'all's fault that they play different. But hey, who am I? I'm gonna find this man's name.
And I feel like they even like took that style, bro, and made it fun to look at. Like made it like as a drummer who plays technical rhythms on the snare drum, I want to see
what.
Like I want to see drumlines with this style play that technical stuff, and they find a way to do that while bumping, like, and they kill it.
Davion is his name. I found it. Davion. That's what it is. My bad.
Cool. Shout out to Davion.
But yeah, they definitely did that. What I would like to see out of because Fort Valley, I think that you all are okay with being innovative. I would like to see you all get to like how you got. You know, those type of players, like from I hate to say Miak and Sweat, but you know, from those type of players, the up or beats, I would like to see you incorporate a cadence and kind of dig that in there. You don't have to do tonals. You don't have to do super close. Yeah, it would, but you don't have to do super close stuff. But you know, just let everybody, like I did that with my line. I made this cadence called bump because of the style we played. Nobody would ever expect us to do it.
Yeah.
So now we can pull it out of our pocket and be like, bow, here you go, and then knock it out apart. So you know, I would like to see that out of y'all. If you need tips. You know, I'm your boy.
Exactly.
Jeremie too.
Reach out to us. That'd be hard if I see that from them, but that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'm sending my kids to y'all from now on.
Right.
Trying to do it now, but when you go out of state, it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
So we see what happens with that. Yeah, man.
Right. But yeah, that was our brief little recap of the HBCU Destination Drumline Competition. Again, I'm gonna say it again until I finally get there. I gotta go next year, man, and I feel like I'm gonna be there. But shout out to all the drumlines that were there. Shout out to everybody who won. Shout out to Brooklyn United, and then Flomo. Yeah,
yes,
I think
y'all got me this year. Hands down to you. You get it. But just know, I'm coming back for you. And then Flomo won too. Hey Charles, if you watching this, you won, and you get like a good 3 days to celebrate. We don't want to see you post no more after 3 days, man.
After 3 days, bro. Come on now.
Boy, you be posting till the next competition. That boy be like, yeah, we won. Or somebody posted this meme. Ha ha, it's funny. Oh, somebody else made this meme. This is the thing we made. Like, all right, bro, you won. We understand,
like, bro,
man.
we get it,
Eventually,
man.
it becomes rubbing it in the face. You're going to see some people from Fort Valley pull up at your school.
Yeah.
And that flow mo gonna be slow-mo. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you won, and now we know you won. Don't be celebrating no more now. Let your kids celebrate. I don't want to see you posting no more pictures talking about something. Yeah, man, here's a trophy. Like, bro, we know, bro. Let the kids celebrate, man. They ain't.
Folks sleeping in the bed with the trophy. I'm like, bro, what?
Exactly.
I saw a picture somebody posted of somebody from Flomo sleeping in the bed with it.
And then I saw another picture. Somebody was like, suicide in 5, and they posted it. And I never saw the other person post it. He reposted it. Was like, hey, somebody posted, like, he wanted to make sure people saw it. And then Dante even posted a video. Dante was like, people that just win first place be like this. And there was like a bed. He was like, yeah, man, I'm just waking up. Hey, baby, quiet. Yeah, this is my baby right here. And it was a picture of the trophy. He was like, yeah, man. I wonder if he was talking about him. I don't know, but it was still funny.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's funny, man. That's hilarious.
Oh, boy.
But, man, well, that's another episode. So before we leave, always remember, if you practice today, good job. You know, let's clap it up for you. Here's a cookie, but still go practice.
I'm gonna get a cookie one of these days.
Right. If you planned on practicing today, but you just didn't get to it, why wait for something that you can do right now? Please go practice right now, man. If you didn't plan on practicing today, if you didn't review any music, if you didn't watch any drumline content, if you didn't listen to a metronome, I got 3 words for you, man.
Billion pair club. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Got 3 words for that crowd. You
are trash.
Indefinitely. Be safe.
All right, y'all.